Welcome to the Watertown Golf Club Flyover. Established in 1915, Watertown was originally a 9-hole course on the property of Taft School. In 1931, our first clubhouse was constructed, and in 1970, 9 new holes were crafted into the hillside to the north of the clubhouse, creating the 18-hole layout players enjoy today. Our head golf professional is Ian Marshall, PGA. Golf Professional Emeritus Mike Carney, PGA. Our golf course superintendent is Paul Benini, GCSA, and Kathy McCormick is our office manager. Let's board the drone and fly over the course. The first hole is a great opening hole. A medium-length par 5, it is definitely reachable in 2 for longer hitters, yet remains a relatively simple par for higher handicappers who put together a couple of good shots to start their round. Avoid the fairway bunkers left and right off the tee, and you'll be in good shape. On second and third shots, the rule of thumb is don't go left. The first green is very large and slanted from back to front with very subtle breaks, nothing drastic. Leaving here with a par is a nice start to your round. If the first hole is a nice gentle opener, the second hole is where Watertown begins to show its teeth. A blind uphill tee shot favoring the left side is the preferred shot. Stay as close as possible to this big pine tree you see on the left. Whether you hit a cut or a gentle draw, on this line your tee shot will bounce to the right and end up in the middle of the fairway. The second shot over our first water hazard plays about a half a club longer than advertised, so don't be afraid to take a little extra club. Don't go past the front pin on your approach shot, however. A par here can feel like a birdie. On paper, the downhill par 4 third hole looks like an easy par. Players hit everything from drivers to 5-irons to get a nice straight tee ball in play. The reason is these 2 large trees you see framing the landing area. Left or right off the tee can mean a difficult recovery and bogey or worse on your card. The green appears to be severely slanted from back to front, but this is an optical illusion. It is nearly flat except right in front. And don't be long, because a severe downslope to the 13th tee will surely cause a blemish on your scorecard. The medium-length par 3 fourth hole plays slightly uphill and often into the prevailing breeze, so a little extra club is almost always a good idea. The green is very large and sloped from back to front. If you want an example of a perfectly placed greenside bunker, this one on the right is Exhibit A. The uphill par 4 fifth hole isn't very long, but don't mistake that for defenseless. In fact, this starts a stretch of holes where the player must hit their tee shots just right to avoid the trouble both left and right. A left-to-right tee shot that avoids these fairway bunkers will leave you with a short club in hand for your approach. But getting to this green in regulation is still no guarantee of par. The green is very slippery and slanted back to front. Putts from behind this hole can actually end up off the green. The tee shot on the par 4 sixth hole can be very intimidating. It's significantly downhill to a fairway that bends to the right, but bounces to the left. A nice cut tee shot or a tight draw that hugs the right tree line is ideal. You can bail out to the right here, but that's not a guarantee of an open shot to the green. The green on 6 is elevated at about eye level from the fairway and is one of the largest on the course. The front pin invites birdie putts, but don't go after a pin on the back left of this green where it is on this flyover. It slopes away to the left and is tough to hold. A par here is a good start to our very own Amen Corner. On first blush, newcomers wonder why a par 5 hole is rated as the most difficult at Watertown. The answer becomes apparent after playing number 7 a few times. Each shot is fraught with peril. A nice hard draw is the tee shot of choice, but you must avoid biting off too much and catching the pond on the left. Long hitters must be aware of the creek that crosses the fairway. Most layups will end up in the 100 to 150 yard range. And now the fun begins. The green is significantly above you as you play your third shot. Only the top of the pin is visible. Do not go over this green or even past the pin if you can help it, because the downhill putts on number 7 just will not stop. This hole is deserving of the number 1 ranking in difficulty, and a par here is welcome by most players. The tee shot on the par 4 8th hole is probably the most problematic for the most players. While long hitters can easily clear the pond that guards the left corner of the dogleg, most players need to first carry the significant creek that runs across the hole, and also avoid the pond left and fairway bunkers right. Another elevated green confronts you as you plan your second shot, but this one is long and narrow. Missing left is not an option, and safely keeping to the right on your approach could leave a very delicate chip from an awkward lie. Again, par is a welcome score here. We finished the front 9 here at Watertown with a very stern par 3, measuring over 200 yards. The green is 3-tiered and very large. If you're going to miss the green, left is the only chance to save par, as misses to the right can end up very far from the green down a very steep hill. A play to the front middle of the green is always a safe play, and walking off 9 with a 3 is a good finish to our front 9. The back 9 at Watertown starts with 4 consecutive par 4s, all strong in different ways. The tee shot at 10 plays significantly uphill. A tee shot that favors the right side will bounce left, away from the fairway bunker, leaving a medium to short iron shot to a very deceptive green. If the pin is back left, it's best to aim for the middle of the green, since it is very shallow and difficult to hold on the left side. The middle pin affords the best chance for birdie here. The 11th is not terribly long, but very difficult because of its design. A fairway wood or even a long iron off the tee will get you to this 90-degree dogleg, leaving anywhere from 150 to 180 yards from the green. Longer hitters will flight their drivers and 3-woods over the trees on the right, biting off as much as they dare, leaving a short iron in their hands if they pull it off. This is another very large green with a lot of breaking putts at every pin location. It's yet another green where going past the pin is not recommended. A vexing short par 4, the 12th hole poses some serious challenges. The brook that crosses the fairway on this downhill tee shot requires a carry of at least 200 yards. The bad news is that the layup short of the brook is one of the hardest shots out there. Avoiding the fairway bunkers is a must. While just a short pitch remains, the ball is well above your feet, and keeping the ball from going left is a must. The green slopes sharply from front to back. With all that said, it's a hole where most players are thinking birdie. Number 13 is a sweet old-school par 4 of 400-plus yards. The tee shot plays uphill considerably to a wide fairway. A hard draw off the right fairway bunker will leave a medium to long iron to this huge green, which has a raised center and tends to repel full shots and chips to either side of center. This can be a 3 or 4 club difference in approach shots depending on the wind and the pin location. Hitting into the deep bunker left of the green, or the shallow one short and right of the green are almost a certain bogey or worse. At number 14, we begin an interesting two-hole stretch featuring back-to-back par 3s that couldn't be more different. 14 is an uphill shot of anywhere from 180 to 210 yards. The green is at about eye level from the tee, so perspective is difficult. A shot favoring the right side of the green will allow the ball to roll out to the left towards the center of the green. 3 here is a good score. The 15th hole is the shortest of the tough par 3s here at Watertown. Playing to a maximum of about 160 yards, it is often just a short iron for most players. The difficulty here is that the green is tiny, sloped severely left to right, and has a false front. A nice feature of our course here at Watertown is the finish. 3 holes that invite scoring, but of course can take away a good score if you let up. The 16th is a reachable par 5 for long hitters, and every player should have a short pitch for their third shot to the severely sloping green. Keep your approach shot left of the flag and the ball can roll out to easy birdie distance. This third shot plays slightly longer than advertised because of a deep valley of rough in front of the green. Birdie here can go a long way in finishing your round strong. '17 is a short but tricky par 4 that plays uphill. Sometimes you can just barely see the top of the flag straight away from this tee. A tee shot in the fairway here is a must to simplify the approach shot. Even though it's a short hole, holding this green from the rough is very difficult. The green goes away from you and slants steeply from right to left. Many will watch in horror as even well-struck irons will trickle slowly off the back left of this green. Still, it is another hole where most players are thinking birdie. The 18th hole here at Watertown is also not terribly long, but it can be very difficult. A long, straight tee shot up the left side will simplify matters for you. Tee shots to the right and left will create tree problems for any approach shot. The green is elevated and has a long swale that runs diagonally from front left to right rear. So even though the green is quite large, the effective landing areas are quite small if you want to end up with a makeable birdie putt. Thank you for flying with us over Watertown Golf Club. Please call or stop by today and ask about our various membership plans. Something is sure to fit right in your budget and your life. Come join us at Watertown Golf Club.